Today I'm going to be giving a full in-depth review on my pedal commander. It's been nothing but good to me. So I keep it on city -2 because when you do plus, it increases the response, and then when you do minus, it smooths it. And with this Camry, trust me, if you're on plus, it kind of feels weird. Most of the time, not gonna lie, like it feels like a little bit shaky because it takes a while for your car to get used to the pedal commander. The more you use it, the more you'll become used to it, and then your car will become used to the habits of it. But for what it does, it's been working great. It hasn't been giving me any problems. I love how it looks. I love how it works, the way it said it was gonna work. What I mean by that is it promised to remove the throttle lag that is so horribly in this Camry, and it did do that. It did that very well, actually. You really feel the change off the line. So when you're just at a stop and then you know, the light turns green or something, or the car moves out of the way and you just floor it, or you move it a little bit, here's the mistake that a lot of people make. The best way to use this is off the line. So just when you're at a stop, and then that's like the best, that's where you see the improvement, you feel the improvement, and you can hear the improvement. Because instead of, let's say you're lightly pressing, it's at 1 or 2,000 revs, it goes up to 4 or 5. So it's pushing the car more, but it doesn't hurt the car at all. It doesn't do anything to the engine. It just reprograms the way the car works. Not the transmission, but how the sensitivity of how hard you can press the accelerator, and then it just shows, and you feel it. Like it's a completely different, the radio's still on. It's a completely different feeling. When I first put it on sport, I was like, what the hell? Like this, I honestly thought that I did it wrong because it didn't seem normal. It was, and then I put it on Sport Plus, and I accidentally, my foot brushed the accelerator and I was already at 30. And I know it's a Camry. It's not gonna go 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds, but Jesus, the fact that I was able to do 30 in 2 seconds, less than 2 seconds, and I did count. It requires less work than it used to, and it does save gas. Like, I filled up my tank 6 days ago, and I think I went up maybe 200 miles or 300 miles, and I still have gas to spare. That's such a good reason to get this car as well. Like, you're only gonna spend 20 to 30 every time you get like a new tank. Like, I know people that spend 60 on a tank and 70, and I'd kill myself if that were the case. But the pedal commander does save you gas, and it looks cool too, honestly. I mean, there is an app, but I don't have that. But it's light. I mean, the wire, but you can easily hide the wire. That's not a hard thing to do. It has Bluetooth, as it states right here. There's an app for iPhone, Android, it works. So eco mode, I would not put it in eco mode ever. It is the slowest thing. It is like a Prius -10. That's how slow it is. City is perfect for daily driving. That's what I do. When I'm on the highway, I'll use Sport because that's better for highway use. Sport Plus, you need to get used to that before you put it in Sport Plus, because it really, like, you can lose control of the car. And the brakes on the Camry are very, very good, but they aren't to the point where you could stop short a few feet before a car, like some sports cars where you push the pedal and it stops. Like this, you'll have to wait a few feet. With Sport Plus, you put your foot on the accelerator you push it down like a centimeter, and it's off. It is off. It's just, but people tend to floor it, and then the car just doesn't seem like it has the pedal commander connected to it. You can't floor it. That messes with it's trying to prevent people to floor the car. That's what it's doing. It's trying to make it easier to reach higher speeds without having to put all your pedal to the metal and fucking break the floor of the car, because this shit, without the pedal commander, you need to push it all the way down and then it starts moving. But with it, that's all gone. And I think it's worth the money, because this car, first off, it isn't that expensive. It's the cheaper Camry. And when you're getting this Camry, you're also getting like reliability and gas mileage and all that shit. Like, you're not like, it's a good daily driver. It's a good first car, especially. Obviously, my next car is going to be like a little bit more higher up there, but for now, this is what I'm rocking with, and it's a good buy. It's $200. It could be $300 depending on what version you get, but it's worth it because your driving experience changes entirely, and it's just different. It just feels different driving. Like, you go into your car knowing that like it's a different ride. It just makes it feel better too. And also, when you have the pedal commander on, you can put it on sport mode and you can start shifting if you want. But there's really no need. Maybe if you want the better what's the word? It's not the acceleration that's improved. It's more of the handling and how the steering feels. If you want that combined with a better driving experience, like, it's perfect. Like, it feels like a Lexus, really. The acceleration changes it. Like, you don't feel like you're driving in a 4-cylinder. Like, the speed maintains itself. It doesn't add speed at all. But like, you could easily hit 0 to 60 in like 1 to 2, maybe not 2 seconds less, but 1 second less. Especially with this, how like the launching is perfect. I don't know how that little box does it, but it's perfect. And there are many models. Like, you can get it from any car that you want, really. So yeah, that's like a full-on review. It was easy to install. Like, once I figured out how to remove the wire from up there. Hiding the wires is pretty easy too. I'm showing it because I like taking it out and, like, you know, having the device. Some people hide it because they don't like the way it looks. I love the way it looks. But yeah, it's been great having it. It's a different ride entirely. I highly suggest it if you own a Camry, especially if it's not the V6. Like, if your car isn't a V6, you're likely going to experience the throttle lag a lot more. So this device is perfect. They also have other ones, like iDrive, and it's not, the pedal commander isn't the only option, but from experience, I think pedal commander is the best option. Maybe if it was a little bit smaller, so I could, like, put it up here or somewhere, like, easier than down there, because when I'm driving, I mean, it's easy. I'd take that back. If it was smaller, it would be a little bit better. But yeah, if you have any questions on the pedal commander, you can just type it up in the comments. I'll respond to it. Thank you for watching. I will eventually do a video on all the modes, but for now, I need to, like, figure out a place where I can do it in peace where I live, it's not that easy with the cops. Not even this police badge can help me out. So thanks for watching. If you have any other suggestions or questions or anything, just type them up in the comments and I'll respond to them. And yeah, have a good day. It doesn't add horsepower to your car. All it does is it fixes the torque issue that this transmission has given us. This 8-speed automatic is very, 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 very slow for what it should be. But obviously this has fixed it, has fixed that problem tremendously. Right now I have it in City 2, -2, because that helps make the ride more smooth. At first I didn't realize what the plus and minus meant. Plus green, minus red. I didn't know what that meant, but then I messaged Pedal Commander and they had told me that red makes it smoother and green makes it jumpier. So I usually keep it on City 2 because, excuse me, that's the perfect amount for daily driving in my opinion. But when I take it off and then put it back on, it's a completely different car. It doesn't feel like the same car. And that's exactly what I was hoping for with this. For example, look, I lightly press down the accelerator, and with city mode that removes 25% of the throttle lag, which is good. That's an improvement. Now, you heard a little bit of delay, which is common. It's normal. So I'm gonna pull over somewhere and I'm gonna switch the mode so you guys can see. Sport Plus is the one that does the most because it's called Sport Plus. So you're getting more response, if that's the word. Yeah, that's the word. So I'm gonna pull over around here and I'm gonna do a stock versus, what's it called? Okay. So here we are, parking the car. So in order to control it, you just press this button. So I'm gonna put it in, actually, I'm gonna turn it off first so you guys can see what it's like just stock. So if you focus a little, like, I'm gonna lightly press on it and you'll see the delay. See how long that took? My foot was already down and it was just taking a very long time for it to like go through. Now, if I put it on Sport Plus, which is the biggest mode, the only mode that you can truly like, I put it on Sport Plus and then I do +4 for the maximum setting. I'm gonna wait for these cars to pass before I do something. Now watch. Lightly press it and then that's the result. There's a big difference. If I can show you guys another, let me see. These two cars are turning in here. Look, I lightly press down. That's probably the best example I can give right there. I lightly pressed it and you heard it jump to like 5 revs. 5,000 revolutions. Yeah. That's what it does. It reprograms the entire car. And it's been working great. I don't suggest Sport Plus if you're driving on a regular road because it pushes you forward and you feel that. And like if you're not used to it, you may hit another car. You need to drive
on Sport Plus on an empty road before you take it on like a regular road. There's people on every road. Like, I usually have to hold down the accelerator to get anywhere. Now I just lightly tap this